Hey everyone, in today's video I want to show you exactly how to go from your old iPhone to your new iPhone and move literally everything over. And when I say everything, I mean everything. All your apps, all your contacts, all your photos, your messages, your settings, basically your whole digital life packed up and carried over to the new device. And the process that's been around for a while now and just keeps getting smoother makes this so much easier than it used to be. You really do just hold these two phones close to each other wirelessly, and that's pretty much it. You don't need a computer for this. You don't even need iCloud, which used to be the go-to method for a long time, where you'd back everything up from the old phone onto iCloud and then download all of that onto the new phone. This newer method is honestly so much better and so much faster in most cases. So I wanted to make this video nice and clear so you can see exactly how to transfer your data from one iPhone to another. And this works across a huge range of device combinations. You could be going from a much older iPhone all the way up to whatever the newest model is right now, and pretty much any combination in between should work just fine with this method, as long as both phones are reasonably up to date on software, which I'll talk about in a second, because that part actually trips a lot of people up. Before we even touch the new phone, let's talk for a second about what you should check on your old phone first, because skipping this step is one of the most common reasons a transfer fails halfway through or just refuses to start. Go into settings on your old phone, then general, then software update, and just double check that you're not sitting on some really old version of iOS. Quick Start, which is the wireless method we're using today, needs both phones running a reasonably current version of iOS to talk to each other properly. If your old phone is several years old and hasn't been updated in a while, this is the moment to update it before you do anything else, because trying to transfer from a badly outdated version of iOS onto the newest iPhone is asking for the transfer to stall out halfway through and leave you stuck staring at a spinning wheel. Now, once your software is current on both ends, let's talk about the new phone for a second. If your new phone is already sitting at the home screen because you went through setup already, maybe you turned it on just to look at it or test it out, we actually need to undo that. I need to reset the new phone back to factory settings so that it's sitting fresh and ready to go through the proper transfer setup flow. To do that, you're going to go into Settings, scroll down to General, and right at the very bottom there's a reset option. You tap on that, and from there you want Erase All Content and Settings. We have to do this step in order to take advantage of this whole transfer system properly, because the system expects the new phone to be sitting on that very first Hello screen, not already configured with its own Apple ID and settings. Now, if you'd rather not lose anything you might have already set up on that new phone, you could back it up first and then erase it. But honestly, if you just opened the box and poked around for a minute, there's nothing there worth saving. So I'm just going to go ahead and press erase right now and let it wipe itself back down to factory settings. Now here's a shortcut for anyone watching this before they've even turned on the new phone yet. If your new iPhone is still sitting on that Hello screen, the screen you see the very first time you power on a brand new iPhone, you can skip that reset step completely because you're already exactly where you need to be. That reset step only matters if you already went through setup once and need to back out of it. One more thing I want you to do before we move to the new phone, just for safety. And I really do mean just as a safety net here. On your old phone, go into Settings, tap your name right at the top. That takes you into your Apple account area. Then go into iCloud and scroll down until you see iCloud Backup. Tap into that and make sure it's switched on, and go ahead and trigger a backup right now if it hasn't already run one recently. Now, to be clear, this backup is not actually what we're using to do the transfer today. We're doing a direct phone-to-phone transfer, not an iCloud-based one. But things can occasionally go wrong mid-transfer. A battery dies, a connection drops, something interrupts the process, and having a recent iCloud backup sitting there means you've always got a fallback if something doesn't go smoothly. Think of it as cheap insurance that takes 2 minutes and saves you a possible headache later. Okay, so once that's done, let's head back over to the new phone. I'm going to lock it and then unlock it one more time. And the reason I'm doing that is because we want to land on this specific screen that says something along the lines of "Set up your new iPhone." You might see a prompt asking you to unlock to continue. So go ahead and do that. You should land right on the screen we need. Now here's where the two phones actually start talking to each other. All you have to do at this point is use your old phone to scan the animation that shows up on the new phone's screen. Once that connection locks in, it's actually going to pull over a small set of information from the old phone to the new one automatically. Things like your Wi-Fi network information and a few other baseline settings. You'll be asked to enter the passcode from your old phone at this point, just to confirm that you're the one authorizing this whole process. And once you do that, the two phones are officially linked up and ready to move into the real transfer. While you're going through these initial setup screens, you'll probably get an option to set up Face ID right there on the spot. You can absolutely do that now if you want. or you can just tell it, you'll set that up later. It doesn't affect the data transfer either way. So don't stress about the order you do things in here. Now we get to the actual decision point, and this is the part of the video I really want you to pay attention to, because there are two options that show up on this page, and picking the right one matters. One option is transfer directly from your old iPhone, and the other is downloading everything fresh from an iCloud backup. The direct transfer option is what pulls everything straight from the old device sitting right next to you. Your apps, your photos, your messages, your settings, basically the entire snapshot of that phone, and moves it across directly to the new phone. Depending on how much you've got stored on the old phone, this typically takes somewhere in the range of 20 to 25 minutes for a fairly average amount of data. Though, if you've got an enormous photo library or a ton of apps installed, it can stretch out quite a bit longer than that, sometimes well over an hour. The iCloud download option is also perfectly fine and works well if, for whatever reason, your old phone isn't available anymore. But for today, since we've got both phones right here side by side, we're going to go with the direct transfer option because it's quicker. It doesn't eat into any of your iCloud storage allowance. And honestly, it just tends to be the smoother experience for most people. Now, one thing worth knowing about the direct transfer option is that both phones generally need to be on a fairly similar version of iOS, or at the very least, your new phone needs to be on a version that's equal to or newer than whatever your old phone is running. In the vast majority of cases, this just works without you having to think about it at all, especially if you updated your old phone like I mentioned earlier. But if you do run into a message saying the transfer can't proceed because of a software mismatch, that almost always means you need to go update your old phone first and then come back and try this whole process again. So go ahead and select the direct transfer option, and from there, the phone is going to walk you through the rest of its own setup screens. Once you get past those, you'll land on a screen, and you really just want to set both phones down somewhere safe. Ideally plugged into power if you've got cables handy, and let the transfer take place undisturbed. You should see a screen that says something like transferring data from your other iPhone, with maybe a progress indicator or some kind of visual showing it's actively working. And again, just how long this takes really depends on how much you're moving over. If you've got tens of thousands of photos, years of text message history, and a home screen absolutely packed with apps, you should expect this part to take a while, potentially 30 minutes, sometimes considerably longer if your Wi-Fi connection isn't great. So what I'd recommend doing here is just stepping away for a bit, grab a coffee, do something else for half an hour, and come back to check on it, rather than standing there watching a progress bar the whole time. So in my case here, this whole process took somewhere around 30 to 35 minutes from start to finish, and once it wrapped up, I saw a message pop up on my old phone letting me know the transfer was complete. It also throws up a little reminder at that point, saying something like, before you trade in your old phone, sell it or give it away to someone else. Make sure you erase all the data on it first. And this is exactly the same. Erase all content and settings process. I walked you through right at the start of this video. So if you're planning on getting rid of your old phone afterward, that's the step you'll circle back to once you're confident everything successfully made it over to the new device. Now, on the new phone side of things, you're going to notice it takes a little bit of extra time after the main transfer finishes for everything to fully settle in and download. You'll likely see your home screen starting to populate with all your app icons, but a lot of them will show up as outlines or with little progress indicators underneath them, because the apps themselves are actively downloading fresh from the App Store in the background, while your app data, like your saved logins, your game progress, your preferences, gets restored onto the new phone. Give this some time, and within a few minutes, to maybe an hour depending on how many apps you have and how fast your connection is, everything should be fully synced up. Your contacts, your messages, your photos, your notes, all of it should be sitting there exactly the way it was on your old phone. Let's talk for a second about photos specifically, because this is one of the areas where people sometimes get a little confused or worried that something didn't transfer properly. If you have iCloud photos turned on and you've got the option enabled that optimizes storage on your device, meaning your phone keeps lower resolution versions locally and stores the full resolution originals up in iCloud, your new phone is going to do the exact same thing. You'll see all your photos appear pretty quickly because it's just pulling thumbnails and previews down from iCloud, but the full quality originals will keep downloading gradually in the background as you stay connected to Wi-Fi. So if you open your Photos app right after the transfer and things look a little soft or low resolution for a moment, don't panic. That's completely normal, and it'll sort itself out as the rest of your library finishes syncing. If you happen to have an Apple Watch paired with your old phone, there's one extra little step worth mentioning here, because a lot of people forget about this part entirely. Before you fully retire your old phone, you'll want to go into the Watch app on the old phone, tap on your watch's name, tap the little info icon, and choose Unpair from there. Unpairing your watch actually triggers it to create a fresh backup of itself in that moment, which is what allows all your health data, your activity history, your workout records, and your watch settings to carry over properly when you pair it up with your new phone afterward. If you skip the step and just leave the watch connected while you wipe the old phone, there's a real chance some of that watch data ends up stuck behind and doesn't make the jump with everything else. Another small thing that trips people up these days, especially with how many phones now rely on SIM instead of a physical SIM card, is cellular service. In most cases, the transfer process handles moving your cellular plan information automatically as part of the setup, and you'll see a little message about activating your cellular service at some point during the process. But every once in a while, depending on your carrier, you might need to log into your carrier's app afterward, or give it a few minutes for the network to fully recognize the new device. If you finish the whole transfer and notice you don't have cell signal yet, don't panic. Just give it 10 or 15 minutes. And if it's still not connecting, a quick restart of the new phone is usually enough to kick it into gear. Now, let's say something doesn't go quite right during this process, because every once in a while it happens, and I want you to know what to actually do instead of just sitting there hoping it fixes itself. If the transfer seems to be taking an unusually long time, like several hours with no real progress, the most likely cause is a slow or congested Wi-Fi connection. In that situation, your best move is to cancel the transfer and either move closer to your router, switch to a different Wi-Fi network if you have one available, or use a wired connection between the two phones if you've got the right cable for it, since a physical connection is almost always faster and more stable than wireless. If instead your new phone seems completely frozen, stuck on the Apple logo, and not responding to anything, the fix there is a force restart, which on most modern iPhones means pressing the volume up button, releasing it, pressing the volume down button, releasing that too, and then holding down the side button until the Apple logo reappears on the screen. Once it boots back up, you can simply restart the transfer process from the beginning. And if you get all the way through the transfer and later notice that some of your saved passwords or health data seem to be missing, that's almost always a sign you went through a computer-based backup at some point without the encryption option turned on, since an unencrypted computer backup deliberately leaves certain sensitive categories of data out for privacy reasons. The fix there is just redoing that backup with the encrypt local backup option checked and restoring again from that. I also want to mention, because I know some of you are going to ask, what happens if your old phone has already been wiped or already traded in before you think to do any of this? Unfortunately, if the old device has already been erased and you don't have an existing backup sitting in iCloud or on a computer somewhere, there really isn't a way to pull data off a phone that's already been reset to factory settings. This is exactly why I always recommend doing that quick iCloud backup step on your old phone before you erase anything, even if you're fully planning to do a direct phone-to-phone transfer, because it gives you a safety net in exactly this kind of situation. If you do have an existing backup though, whether it's sitting in iCloud or saved through a computer backup, you can absolutely still set up your new phone using that backup. Even after your old device is long gone, you just choose the iCloud Restore option or the Computer Restore option instead of the Direct Transfer option when you reach that screen on the new phone. One question I get asked constantly is whether you need to do anything special to get your apps to come along for the ride. And the honest answer is no, not really. What genuinely transfers is your app data. Things like whether you're still logged into an app, your saved game progress, your app preferences, and the general layout of your home screen. So everything ends up roughly where you expect it to be. The apps themselves get freshly downloaded from the App Store once your new phone connects to Wi-Fi and you're signed into your Apple account, which is why you'll see all those app icons slowly filling themselves in over the following half hour or so. As long as you've got a decent Wi-Fi connection and you're signed into the same Apple account on the new phone, this part takes care of itself without you having to lift a finger. So once everything is finished syncing and you've gone through and double-checked that your contacts are all there, your messages have come across, your photos look right, and your apps are all sitting on your home screen roughly the way you remember them, that's basically your green light. That the transfer fully succeeded. At that point, if you're planning to sell your old phone, trade it in somewhere, or hand it down to a friend or family member, please make sure you go back and fully reset it to factory settings first, exactly the same way I showed you at the very beginning of this video. You really don't want to hand off a phone to someone else while your personal accounts, your private messages, or your saved logins are still sitting there accessible to whoever ends up with that device next. Take the extra 2 minutes, wipe it completely clean, and then you can confidently pass it along, knowing none of your information is going with it. And that's really the whole process from start to finish. No computer required, no complicated cables, unless you specifically want to use the wired method for speed. And honestly, the vast majority of people doing this today are going to be perfectly happy just using the simple wireless method we walked through together in this video. It's come a long way from the days where switching phones meant hours of plugging into a computer and praying the sync didn't get stuck halfway through. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope you found it useful. And if you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It genuinely helps more people find this when they're stuck trying to figure out the exact same thing, and I'll see you in the next one.